Do you think, because we're both doing an English-speaking podcast in China, which is, we already said, is a niche.
Yes.
Do you think you have a chance to leave if, let's say, someone else want to start their own podcast in English? And there are several, but not many. I know literally 5 podcasts that are doing it here.
Yeah.
Do you think there's any point in doing this? Is there enough people to reach?
You have to find a way to include something else. If not, it won't survive. You have to think about your brand first before you think of yourself. Some people does not even know my name. They only know, oh, that HafrikTV guy. They don't even know that guy. My whole thinking is, we are here. What can we be doing differently there?
But where are you gonna go? You're gonna go on Bili Bili? You're gonna go on Bili Bili? That's the place where I really lost hope. That's the place where I really lost hope. There's no way you can do podcast on Bili Bili. You have to be a superstar. People always ask me, what is the podcast about? What is the podcast
you don't
about?
Need to know. Don't worry.
You need a brand strategy. What's your motto? Tell me. But the rest of the platform is only for the short videos. What I'm gonna do with the rest of my 1.5 hour podcast that I was filming and spent so much time and energy on?
Post on YouTube.
Post on YouTube. That's also one of the reasons why I decided to start it. When you talk to the local people and you tell them that you have a podcast, the first thing they're saying is, oh, radio. I know, they're listening. I'm like, no, actually, it's not. Yes, you're listening podcasts. That's the initial purpose of it. But if you ask most of the people, they're watching podcasts. They're filming them. It's a and it's a very different feeling when you can watch 2 people and see their emotions, and see their gestures, see their hand movement and expressions and everything. You're getting very engaged into the conversation, and you get it on a different level.
I think one of the problem is Africa. I don't want to say Africa. Let me say foreigners in general. We tend to, should I say, not support each other as we should.
But I'm so curious, and I want to talk about why it's not happening like that with everyone. Do you think it's jealousy?
Jealousy is
part
of it.
It's because everyone is working so hard here, everyone trying to achieve something? You feel bad when someone has more than you?
It's part of it.
Because it makes sense if we all stick together. It's going to be beneficial for everyone, because you're not
in your home.
You're not at your home. You're not at home. No one gonna take no one gonna take anything from you. But I also feel it sometimes. And people live in their own tribe, in their own group here.
That's how it
is interconnected, of course. Especially in the big city. But there is a feeling that everyone is still mind your business. Mind your business.
Nobody cares. On your podcast, call somebody to, drag somebody out and fight somebody, call somebody out. You understand that kind of thing? You'll see people on your page, people watching, commenting. Do you understand?
Of course, yeah.
They do all those
Trash
things.
Streaming, start a fire.
All those things. But when you're trying to talk about in this life, nobody cares. Everybody will just pass. Do you understand? But that point, it means you're doing something good.
Hello, world. This is Say It Slow podcast and your favorite host, Jay. Today I joined by Olayemi, the host of HafrikTV podcast, local influencer, and person who's going to change foreigners' life in China with the new app called Hafrik.
I hope so.
I'm actually glad to finally have a podcaster who can understand how hard it is to start an intro for a podcast.
Oh, damn.
Always.
Damn. I have to do that like 3, 4, 5 times sometimes.
Exactly. This is the hardest part, and I'm glad that we're here. Cheers, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us tonight. How's your podcast doing?
Bro, you know the drill. It's slow and steady. But because of the love for the game, you understand? So we keep doing what we're doing, and we thank God it's all good.
Okay. How is the process of inviting people? How do you select? You invite famous people like guests, or what do you focus on?
Okay, so initially I actually focus more on inviting people that are into things. Maybe people, we actually try to generate topics. You understand? So when we generate topics, then we look at the people that can actually fit into that topic. So we are not specifically trying to select anybody. That was how we started. So we started with relationship conversation. So we look at
that's very similar.
We look at you and be like, if we ask this kind of person, this kind of question from this person, is this person really going to give, their best answer? Or, we give you questions or topics according to your character. Because most of the people, we know them. they're our friends. You understand? So later we change into bringing in foreigners that are into something. The ones that are really maybe doing business or doing this. So that's how we keep, changing and adding new things. So now, even a normal person that doesn't do anything, we can invite you if you just can face a camera and you can have a conversation, because everybody has different experience. So, but basically, we choose people that actually do something, that has something to say.
Exactly, yeah, because we're all in the niche here. And I think to choosing only one niche, like talking only about business, for example, or only about relationship, you're not going to survive here. Not in China and not in the English language.
How many people do you want to even invite?
Exactly. How many people can speak English in general, and how many potential guests you can have, and now narrow it to even one topic. That's not going to happen.
Exactly what we thought about.
And you have to navigate between having an interesting topic and also you want people to see it.
Yes.
That's actually why we also started from the topic of relationship, because it is a sort of a spicy, controversial topic.
You have to drag people.
Exactly. And you want to bring attention. You want to bring attention.
Yes.
Unfortunately, that's how it works. So talking about the intros, share any tips, because you are more experienced than me, right? I just started. I'm on my way.
Bro.
The start. People getting nervous. That's a fact.
Yes.
I never thought about it before, but I mentioned it when I start podcasting, that a completely normal person will have a conversation, nothing weird is happening.
Yes.
But as soon as Adam saying camera rolling, people losing their shit, right?
Everything you plan, it goes.
Exactly.
I know.
Exactly.
I know. Even the intro. I remember. I used to. I don't like camera. I don't like camera. Anything, even my phone. I hardly have my own pictures on my phone. But there was a time when I started, that was like around maybe 2 years ago. I used to pay someone to be the host. Then I stay behind.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I don't come in.
You're
I
not
don't
the host
stay in.
initially in the start.
No. So when the person graduated and went, the show has to continue. So I just felt like, okay, let me find a co-host. I don't want to I'm running from the intro. The intro is my problem. I had to say it 3, 4, 5 times sometimes. And I laugh at it when I'm editing because, bro, everything is there, but it's just find a way to leave your brain. I don't know why. I don't know. But maybe if you're getting paid for it, maybe...
You think there's going to be an extra...
It's going to be different. You'll feel differently, But at the end of the day, it's all good. The process is a very nice process. You understand? So how do you do your own...
Yeah, it's an art of the conversation.
You see the problem now.
It's a real art of the conversation.
You see the problem now. I'm already asking you a question. I'm the guest here. I'm just used to that. So don't worry. Continue.
It feels different. So what about the tips? Is there any strategies you have when you see that the person is getting nervous? Because what I read that some podcasters, they're even hiring professionals to teach them to spot. People are blinking or they're moving their head or there's even some muscles. I read that there's some muscles, and when you see that they're pumping, it means the person is still nervous.
Oh,
so you're trying to, they do this shaking or something like that.
Okay, so my own is that naturally I think, or let me just say, I think I can hold a conversation. So I kind of understand people to some extent. So before I'll bring you, there are things I try to do first. If you're someone that actually that don't mind facing camera, then it will be easy for me. Do you understand? So we just talk on phone. I communicate with you back to back. So when we're talking on camera, you don't see anything else. So what I try to do personally first is when I'm talking to you. Anything here, I don't want to. It's a noise. I don't want to even put my mind there. But the person you are dealing with does not have that kind of understanding. So I try to make the person focus in that conversation as much as possible. So probably it's throwing another thing into the conversation. When I notice that, okay, this person is going off point, I try to drag the person back using some kind of word, some kind of method. It depends on the person in question.
Specifically.
Yeah, so it's not I don't have a proper strategy. I just know, okay, let me just switch. Sometimes I even leave the questions here.
Yeah, that's also the thing, because you want to keep it natural.
Yeah.
You
So
want to keep it
I
as a
just
free
leave the
conversation, because
questions.
that's why when people calling it interview, I'm always stop them. I'm saying it's not an
It's a
interview, because
conversation.
I'm not a journalist and you're not a superstar. I have
Yeah.
nothing to interview about.
Yeah.
It's a free flow conversation, but I still want to bring the topics that I want to bring, and I still want to educate people about whatever we're talking about.
Yes.
How you keep the balance between asking the questions but doesn't make it sound like it's just written from the list, but
Okay.
also keep the natural conversation.
You know, the mood and everything. Okay. So this is it. I always have the question opened on my phone. So sometimes I hold the phone. So because prior to the time of the recording, I have already, studied the questions. But asking them according to the way it is written is another skill on its own. So I don't try to do that. So as you're answering the question, let me say, I ask you the first question and you're answering me. So me, I'm already reading the second one. Like I'm already reading it again. But so the strategy is when I'm shooting, I shoot with multiple cameras. So the camera is focusing on you while you are answering the question. Me, I know. You don't need to know. So I just read the second question. I am
You're
still
already
in the loop,
following.
So I read it, then I'm already aware. Once you are done with the question, then I kick in
Ready.
with
Yeah,
the
it's ready.
second
It's ready.
question. Then we keep the conversation going. When I see that, okay, the answer is going towards the ending, I do the same thing. Or I bring another question from your answer, something like that. That's how I do.
You
things.
also told me that you were scared of cameras before.
Yes.
Is it still going that way?
No. 100 cameras, I don't care.
Now it's different.
No,
So you
now it's
progressed.
different. Yeah.
Now you progressed. Yeah, I also
beat
think
that.
I have that as well, because the first couple of times I was like, even though I was not scared of cameras, but it's very different environment.
Yes.
Where now, I'm feeling pretty comfortable. I'm in my own environment. Have you ever took anything from podcast to your own life? Have you felt like it's not only in the podcast but also in life, when you're having conversation with people, it's in a completely different level?
Yes.
It's a different skill now, because sometimes even when I have normal conversation without deeper and big topics, I'm feeling like I'm podcasting still. I'm trying to
I have this natural, anybody that knows me very well, they understand that sometimes I have this natural spirit that comes with I want to be heard. You understand? So the way the kind of podcast I like most is the kind that everybody is, like a debate. We're talking about our point of view, that kind of thing.
Two different points.
Yeah, two different points. You're saying your own. You want me to understand your own. I want you to understand my own. We can go 5 hours. I don't mind. Do you understand? But you see, in real life, I'm like that too. You understand?
Yeah.
In real life, I can be like that too. So it makes it easy in the podcast. So I'm not taking anything from the podcast.
It's more like
life.
from
I'm
the real
bringing
life,
from the real life
to the podcast.
So this is me. This conversation we're having, this is me too in real life. If you ask me, I would sit down with you and I would tell you everything, detailed like that. So that's
a useful skill.
Me.
That's a useful skill to use on a podcast.
Yes.
Do you think, because we're both doing an English-speaking podcast in China, which is, we already said, is a niche.
Yes.
Do you think you have a chance to leave if, let's say, someone else want to start their own podcast in English? And there are several, but not many. I know literally 5 podcasts that are doing it here.
Yeah.
Do you think there's any point in doing this? Is there enough people to reach? Or we're just gonna keep interviewing our friends?
I think to be honest, it is you have to find something else to add to it, because you can't. Let's say you were able to create content for a whole year. After that 1 year, because of the environment you are, by that time, if you are dropping video, let's say every Monday, which means at least you would have shot 4 to 5 videos in 1 month, right? So now calculate, how many people do you actually know in total in your city? 1. How many people can actually face camera? 2. So in 1 year, you would have interviewed or had podcast with almost everybody in your city. Do you see? So you have to find a way to include something else. If not, it won't survive. That's just the honest truth. That's why on my channel, some people does not even understand what we're doing. Yeah, that's good. For me, it's okay. I don't need you to understand now. By the time you understand, you would get it more. We are in the moment of survival. So what matters is we surviving. So
as the content creators.
Yes, you understand. Because, I always say this to people. It's different if you're doing a personal, like you as a person, my lifestyle, there is always content. You understand?
It's always about you, right?
It's always about you. Exactly. So you cannot run out of content in that channel. But if you're doing a branded kind of content, you have to think about your brand first before you think of yourself. Some people does not even know my name. They only know, that HafrikTV guy. Right. They don't even know that guy. You understand? So because of those factors, you have to consider including extra things that will make your channel be relevant till you get it right.
For example, I saw that you're doing those single videos, right?
Yes.
Anything else?
A lot.
What kind of content? What else? What else do you do?
Okay. It's not what else do I do. It is what else do we have. I showed you a video right now. I've not even posted it. It's a different thing. And we have like 4 different types too of different videos, different kind of videos, different niche that we've already shot. Even we have movies, a full series. We've not even posted yet. We just have them. So you see this single podcast I'm doing, it's something I've wanted to do 2 years ago. So I've always tried to do but something always push me back, you understand? But this time around, I just felt like, okay, it's a new year. Let me challenge myself. So I am doing this to remain relevant. Do you understand? On the channel. And before we now start introducing the content. Now note, this particular content, I have 30 already. 30 videos already. So which means now I need to just, think about what to post before the 30, before I exhaust the 30 content I already created, in which we had some already. You get distracted now.
Right.
So at least let me say for the next 2-3 months, I can be dropping content on a daily basis. Which is
very important to be consistent with all the analytics and especially on YouTube. Oh my God, that the YouTube metrics, it's like magic. It's like learning the star signs. You never know what to expect. But consistency is the key, especially if you're doing content.
I lost hope on YouTube though. I really just don't know why. Not like I lost hope, but probably because my whole head is, it's spinning on getting the right thing to actually do there. Because that place is different from what we are doing here.
Of course.
You get my point.
Different.
So
very different.
My whole thinking is we are here. What can we be doing differently there?
But where are you gonna go? You're gonna go on Bili Bili? You're gonna go on Bili Bili? That's the place where I really lost hope. That's the place where I really lost hope. There's no way. There is no way you can do podcasts on Bili Bili.
I never even go there.
You have to be a superstar to succeed there.
I never even go there. Well, what am I even doing there? I know because my Chinese is really bad. You understand? So I don't really stress myself into Chinese things like that. So, but it doesn't mean if I have the chance, because I have my own personal page so that I do my own things with my Chinese friends, you understand? Apart from that, I don't really do my brand in that direction because, the brand is more of foreigners, you understand? Not Africa. Not Africans, with foreigners, you understand? So,
even though, when sorry to break up, but when you told me that it's not actually focusing on African community, and I was like, okay, and then I'm opening your page and there's an African continent on the logo.
Yes.
And I was like,
I understand that. So there's a reason behind that though. There's a reason behind that. And a lot of people don't understand what we're trying to do exactly yet, in which it's okay, no problem. You would understand eventually. You understand?
Yeah, you're developing. Same as us.
Exactly.
People always ask me, what is the podcast about? What is the podcast
you don't
about?
Need to know. Don't worry.
You need a brand strategy. What's your motto? Tell me.
People think there's one thing I have a friend. He was like, oh bro, I want to go on Instagram. Da, 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 da. I was like, okay, what do you want to be doing? He said, I just want to do something. This guy has over 500k followers now. Within 4-5 months.
What is he doing?
Content. Just his own life. On YouTube is blowing up on YouTube now. But because of the fact that we are not doing the same thing, he's a personal blogger. Do you understand? We're dealing with a brand. So it makes it more difficult for us to break that thing. And we are spending more. The mic, the cameras, the setup, the rent. We are spending more. And people know, but they do not care. And they don't really want to care. It's none of their business. We don't even need them to care. So, but the main thing here is whatever it is we are trying to drop or whatever we are dropping, just to watch it. No problem. By the time we get our everything right, when we get everything right, then you would understand. Then you will see that, oh, I actually know when they started with this. They were talking about this. You see, there's a story now.
But still, it's a problem of where to go if we cannot focus on YouTube because it's a completely different platform that's not related to anything that's happening in China. And Bili Bili is hopeless. But the rest of the platform is only for the short videos. What I'm gonna do with the rest of my 1.5 hour podcast that I was filming and spent so much time and energy on?
Post on YouTube.
Post on YouTube. But I think it's a good thing that we are still in avant-garde, right? We are in the frontier of this video podcast content because what I mentioned is that that's also one of the reasons why I decided to start it. When you talk to the local people and you tell them that you have a podcast, the first thing they're saying is, oh, radio. I know, they're listening. I'm like, no, actually, it's not. It's not. Yes, you're listening podcasts. That's the initial purpose of it. But if you ask most of the people, they're watching podcasts. They're filming them. It's and it's a very different feeling when you can watch two people and see their emotions and see their gestures, see their hand movement and expressions and everything. You're getting very engaged into the conversation and you get it on a different level. So I think it's our job now to educate people and to show them that it can actually live like that as well. It's not only audio. And also for the companies, because a lot of podcasts on YouTube, what are they doing? Product placement. You put something on the table, you talk about services or something, and you create advertisement. That cannot exist on audio. How you can advertise something when people cannot see it, right? They can only hear about it. So I think there is a lot of opportunity. What was the biggest challenge when you started?
I think
except the language.
I think my greatest challenge when I started was finding a niche. I was struggling with trying to satisfy my viewers, even though I don't have any yet, imaginary viewers. I was trying to satisfy, okay, what can I do? I like to do something perfectly, you understand? So if I have a lot of videos that we've done and I just deleted it because it has one or two things, you understand? So I felt like, how do I go about this? If I play you our first official video, podcast that we did, if you hear what we are doing now, somebody even commented, you guys should invest in your sound. You can imagine. So you see, those were the challenges, my gadgets, my niche, and also putting a team together. You understand? People, there's a difference between when you have people and when you have people. It's the same word, but it has different meaning. So now you can have people that are video editors, camera guys, and stuff like that, but you don't have them for you.
You have them.
They are just there. You know them, but they are not your team. Do you understand? So trying to should I say, sell your brand to somebody to believe in it, to be part of your team, not you hiring them or paying them. It's part of.
I have a very similar
challenge.
Feeling to someone.
So it's part of the challenge I had. Team gathering, finding a niche, and also budget. Let me just say it like that. Budget to get my gadgets and things like that. So those are my challenges.
Was it Was it expensive to start? Because what I felt here is, as far as you don't plan to have $1 million podcast like
You can
CEO,
start
the
small,
Diaries
right?
of CEOs, and those
Yeah.
expensive podcasts, you can survive. Yeah, gadgets, some lights, and everything, but maybe it's I got lucky in Guangzhou, but most of the
Okay.
things, I mean, I still spend money on it, of course, and it's keep drowning my wallet. But I think it's possible. I think it's
It's
possible to do it
possible.
if you really want to do it. If you're ready to put some work in it,
Yes.
it will definitely pay off.
So, like I said earlier, I was trying to, look for one of the. Okay. I think I found one. Let me just play this.
Hi everyone, welcome to HafrikTV, and today I'm your delectable host.
Can you hear the sound?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Okay, so now you're talking about low budget, right? Okay, so this is what I got with low budget.
Was it the 30 Kwai microphone from
No,
Taobao?
not like. See, I remembered when I bought a mixer, bought this, bought that, and I had this. I was shooting with my phone, even different mics. Ah, Jesus, it was not. So it's not like I don't know how to get all those cheap things, but the problem was that getting a cheap thing that actually work. So we had to try different things, and I was not. It's not like I was working. I was making one big money. It's just a dream. Do you understand? So I had to like put in my little money that I had or my savings on something, and it's not possible for me to take everything and just put it on something I don't know if it's going to survive. You understand? Right. So we started with this kind of sound, but our visuals was fine, but the sound was no. At first, we rent a studio. Accumulation of all those money per month was really crazy, So I felt like instead of me going through all these things, let me just, step back, find a little bit of money, then buy my things one by one. So that was what I did. And I got this, I got that, I got the mic, and now we can say, okay, let's shoot anywhere. The sound is going to be good, the visuals is going to be good as well. But the journey to get here if you have money, it's okay. You get my point. It's not like
it's the challenge if you don't have it.
Yes, exactly. And also, you don't know if it's going to survive.
Yeah,
So
you're risking.
You're risking it. So
if you
can't
if you don't risk, how can you do anything?
Exactly.
It's everything
but
that
if
you're
you
doing
have, let's say, your total savings is $1,000, yeah, and to risk, it takes you, let's say, $600, $700. I'm just giving an example. It's a very big risk to actually take that step. If you have an opportunity to go through something that gives you, let's say, a $300, $400 from a $1,000, it's still, you can still say, okay, let me take that risk. If it doesn't work, you are okay. But when you try to see something and you spend $200 from 1,000, and eventually you have to go back and spend extra money, just to make
and keep
find
editing.
you understand? Editing. So at the end of the day, you spent the whole 1,000. You lose hope inside you. The people behind you, the people that are your teammates. If you are the person, funding the whole thing, the way you feel about it is not the same thing as the way they would feel about it. You understand my point? So it's just a normal thing. We are all humans. Everybody, there's a say. I wanted to speak my language, but let me not. There's a say in my language. Let me
say it in your language. Say it how it sounds.
Okay. It says that it skipped my mind again. Okay, let me just proceed. So it's like when you are trying to achieve something, okay, let me just translate in English. Let's say something happened and you want to achieve something and you don't have money yet, but you know that this maybe somebody did something bad to you, and you know that this person, but you don't have the power because the person is more superior. You understand? Maybe like your boss, the person is just doing something bad, and you want to talk, but you cannot talk. But the moment you come above that person, then you have the confidence to talk back at the person. I don't know if it makes sense to you. Yeah.
It makes sense.
You get my point, right?
The question is, why don't you have the courage to speak while you're down at the bottom of the person?
Yeah, because the person is going to
harm you or something.
Yeah, do something bad, push you down, because you don't have the capacity to challenge the person first. So it's wise to stay back. It doesn't mean you're dumb. You understand?
Or weak or
or
scared,
weak
yeah.
or scared. It just means you're even smarter. So what I'm trying to say here is that sometimes in this scenario of starting a podcast or whatever it is you want to start, so if you see that this thing is knocking you down, maybe you're not getting it right, instead of quitting or going all in like that, you can step
back.
a bit back,
Make one step back to make
and
three steps
analyze
further.
the whole thing and look at where did I get it wrong? What am I doing wrong? How can I make it right? How can I do this very well and things like that? And
that's important to analyze
Yes.
and take a moment when
Yes.
everything is happening so fast, especially when you're living in such a big city as Guangzhou.
You have to.
Things are going and they can overwhelm you. So it's good to take a moment, see what's actually going on, how you can improve. And I think it's important to just become the best person of yourself, every day, better than yesterday. Just take one little step at a time. There's going to be no issue. No one is rushing you except your own self. The only person who's saying that you are not enough or you need to overcome someone else is you.
Should be
you.
Yes.
So it's good. It's good to start it slow, and especially if you're stuck at something, whatever, business or life or your relationship, get yourself a moment to actually understand what's going on, so you can make a wise decision.
Yes.
We talked about money a lot at this moment, and part of this podcast, again, we're trying to raise the topic that interesting people. Are you making any money from your podcast at this moment?
No. Yeah, no.
What's the goal?
Okay. The goal is to make money at the end of the day. Yeah. So, but like I said earlier, the love for the game is what is actually still keeping the game on. You understand? So, not the money. I've done event covering and things like that for free. So it's never about the money for me, even though it is about the money, but it is not about the money right now. We're still in progress. When the time comes, we cross that path. Yeah.
It's completely fine. I don't know why in our society, I would say, there is a stigma that, you just want to make money. It's about money for you. But money is the fuel. It's a gas for whatever you want to do. You
need money.
Of course, you need money to improve, to make things better, to pay for the people who are putting their work in.
Their time and everything.
Exactly. It's like in the movie with Justin Timberlake, Time, but they actually, that movie is actually, it sounds like it's a joke, but they paying with their time, because everything, your work, you spend 8 hours at your work, you get paid for your time you spend there. And if you're smart enough, you spending less time and getting more money for it. But you're still using the time. You cannot just do nothing.
Yes.
So it have to be paid. And I hope that this industry in China will rise and become bigger and better.
I think that one of the problem is Africa. I don't want to say Africa. Let me say foreigners in general. We tend to, should I say, not support each other as we should. Yeah. When a fellow foreigner sees that I personally, if I see a foreigner doing something good, I reach out to you. Good. Bro, I like what you're doing. I encourage you. I have people that reach out to me too. So, and I know how it feels when I get those messages. Bro, even if I'm down at my lowest, and I get those messages, I feel lifted.
Of course.
So
of course.
I want that more than the money you're going to pay me. I can have the highest amount in my account and I'm still kind of feeling somewhere inside me. And those words are the words that would actually lift me. You understand? So I think if everybody support each other and understand that we're in a foreign land.
Society.
Yes, we're in a foreign land and this person is trying to do something different or start something for themselves. Support the person. If we have, let's say you have 1,000 people in Guangzhou and everybody genuinely supports you, how do you think it's going to be like?
Of course, it's going to be a different game.
Yes.
Completely different game.
So because
And I don't need a million people. I
You
just
don't-
need I just need my
exactly.
crowd.
Those people
I just
are
need
enough.
people who what I'm doing it is important for them.
Exactly.
That's
So
gonna
if
be
we
enough.
support each other, I saw a video on WeChat yesterday. They were talking about a girl that started the business, this, and became clicker or classer. I don't even remember the name.
Foreigner.
A foreigner. Now she's in millions because now she has a platform for converting money, all those kind of things. She's from UK. You understand? Now she's gone back though. But you see, there's this. Thank you.
Yeah, keep going.
There is this nonchalant kind of attitude that comes with when they see a foreigner doing something. Some even just nest it without even listening.
Why do you think it's like that?
Because they don't care about you. You're not Wizkid, you're not Jay-Z, you're not all those people. So what do you want to say?
But don't you think it's weird? It's supposed to be the opposite, right? Because we're all foreigners living in a country with a very strong national identity.
Yes.
It's not like America or Australia where
Yes.
everyone is together. This country where the most people are the local people. And we are all, as you said, fellow foreigners.
Yes.
Fellow foreigners.
Yes. That's exactly what I'm saying. If you see your fellow foreigner doing something different, bro, I can even find what you're doing encouraging to me, to push me to start mine. I said that the video I start posting about myself alone. I've wanted to do this thing 2 years ago. A friend of mine did something like that. He just did a video. His name is Andrew. I don't know if anybody knows him. Almost everybody knows him. Now, he did a video one time like that, and he said, "Oh, who are you trying to be? Or what kind of person are you trying to be? Are you trying to be that one person that think of starting something, but they just, they let it slide? Or you're that kind of person that they start and then they get stuck in the middle and then they leave? Or you're that one person that just stand up and regardless of how they feel, they just still go out." Something like that, That was 2 years ago. I saved it on my phone. It's on my favorite. You understand? So anytime I'm just scrolling and I see that, the thumbnail of the video, it sticks that, you want to do this thing. You want to do this thing. So this year I felt like, okay, what can I do to challenge myself? I could not face the camera before. Now I can face it. Do you understand? I could not do a lot of things before. Now I can do them.
If someone else doing a good job, it's encouraging you.
It's encouraging me. You understand? So now I felt like, okay, what can I do differently? I said, okay, let me do that one thing that I've been running from. That's how I started this. You see, which means someone else video or someone else thing encouraged me. Do you understand? If I had this same motive of not maybe when I just say foreign, I just slide, I'll still be in my home and just be in my comfort zone.
But I'm so curious, and I want to talk about why it's not happening like that with everyone. Do you think it's jealousy?
Jealousy
Do you
is part
think
of it.
it's because everyone is working so hard here, everyone trying to achieve something? You feel bad when someone has more than you?
It's part of it.
Because it makes sense if we all stick together. It's going to be beneficial for everyone because you're not
in your home.
You're not at your home.
You're not
at your home.
You're
No
far
one gonna
from
take
home.
no one gonna take anything from
I
you.
know.
But I also feel it sometimes. And
That's how
people
it's
live in
supposed
their
to be.
own tribe, in their own group here.
That's how it's
It is
supposed to be.
interconnected, of course. Especially in the big city. But there is a feeling that everyone is still mind your business. Mind your business.
Nobody cares. That's I always say this. Nobody really cares about what you're doing. Only you care. Okay, there was a time I was going through some things and I was feeling so down. A friend of mine was, because everybody's busy around me, and I could not do a lot of things alone. So a friend of mine said something to me, and that has been my own moving thing since. He said, "Bro, you are very stupid, sorry to say." That's what he said to me. I was like, are you okay? Like, why would you say something like that? Yes, now, if you are not, then you would understand that people only follow a moving train. If your train is packed, they stay. Everybody stays there. They sell things, they buy things, they chill, they drink, they sleep. But when a train is moving, everybody jump on it. So you'll be that moving train. When you are moving, then people would jump. They'll see that, wow, okay, it's moving. The train is going. Yeah, the train is going. That is the only time they jump on you. So that's that's been the way I've been doing my things. You understand? So I don't have to wait. I just do.
We have our own train. Jump on it.
Yeah, we are jumping
Fine,
on every.
it's fine.
That's
We
the
don't-
thing.
if the train goes towards breaking relationship and hate each other and try to see who is cooler and who has more money and who is more successful, who lived in China the longest, whose Chinese is better, that's a bad train. I
That's
don't
a
want to
bad
ride
train.
it. I don't want to ride it.
Do you know the funny thing? Those kind of train, people will get on it faster than the one that has actually do the good things. That on your podcast, call somebody to, drag somebody out and fight somebody, call somebody out. You understand that kind of thing? You'll see people on your page, people watching, commenting. Do you understand?
Of course, yeah.
They do all those
Trash
things.
streaming, start a fight, or
All
something
those
like that.
things. But when you're trying to talk about in this life, nobody cares. Everybody will just pass. Do you understand?
Of course.
But that point, it means you're doing something good. That's
Exactly.
my own kind of mind. So, yeah.
Let's drink for being authentic. Cheers.
Cheers, bro.